It's Benjamin, and he's going to give his forensic analysis of probably, in my opinion, the most boring King's speech in the history of this country. Benjamin, take it away.
Yes, it was the King's speech, the first King's speech in 70 years this week. It was the last legislative agenda to be put forward in this Parliament, and almost certainly the last one from a Tory for a long time. And what did Rishi Sunak do for this big moment, this big final pitch to try and win some voters back so that there's at least one Tory MP after the next election? Well, he had almost nothing to say. Just 21 bills were put forward, which was some of the fewest ever announced in a monarch's speech to Parliament, and it was one of the longest speeches ever given. So he says a lot, but has no plans of doing anything. And among the stuff he announced was saying that we should get tough on crime, that we should have longer prison sentences. And he delivers this on the back of 13 years, where now we are so short of prison cells that judges are having to let people out early. They're even planning to rent prison cells from other countries because the system is so messed up. And then, one of the big questions of the day, the NHS. More than 6 million people sitting on waiting lists. One of the reasons why we have so many millions of people unable to work because they're getting sick. And what did Rishi Sunak have to say in the King's speech that he put forward? Nothing. Absolutely nothing on fixing the healthcare crisis, let alone issues like inflation or the economy. And so that's why it couldn't have been clearer in this King's speech that this government is tired, out of ideas, and needs to be out of office. Now, Albie, you're a desperate Tory hack.
How did I know you were going to come to me first, Benjamin?
What I genuinely found remarkable, dare I be objective, is that this really is an opportunity for the government to have a pitch to voters, to try and lay out something exciting and enticing. And I was genuinely amazed that there was nothing new in there was nothing significant in there. Do you think they're just exhausted?
No, I don't think the government is exhausted. I do think there could have been more in the King's speech. One of the things that I was disappointed not to see in there as the Vice Chair of the LGBT plus Conservatives was the conversion therapy ban. But that's no longer happening, and fair enough on the Prime Minister for making that decision. So there were parts of the King's speech which I was disappointed about. There were other parts of the King's speech which I thought were quite good. I think some of the new bills that were coming through on crime, things to do with arbitration, also people who were in favour of the smoking ban, which is very popular with the British public, that was also in there. So there were definitely things in that bill to excite the British people. But the question is that enough to get us over the line at the next general election? And I'm not sure if it was. I still think we need some more big ideas.
I think it was small ideas. I mean, I know the smoking ban is popular, but look, it's not going to sway anyone's vote in reality, I suspect.
Darren, these are the last dying days of a crumbling Tory failed empire, aren't they?
Well, I sort of zoned out a little bit. I heard that there were fewer prison cells, but after listening to that, I think I've got fewer brain cells. Because actually, if you actually argue that the Labour Party would make all of these issues better, you can go sing for your supper. Crime and law and order in this country under Sadiq Khan has been an absolute travesty. The idea that that's all going to get better under Labour. Pull the other one, Benjamin. Even you can't sell that one, and you work for a newspaper.
I mean, it's rich, you know, from someone who voted to Theresa May, I suspect, the only Prime Minister that's ever defunded the police. You know, when she was Home Secretary, 20,000 police officers were sacked. So if you talk about why crime has gone up, which it has, it might have something to do with that. Ben, you're sort of crazy right-wing. Do you think there's a version of this Tory party that could win you over?
They're in government now?
Yeah.
No, they're finished. I want them obliterated, out of office. I want a Labour government, or I want 5 years of chaos under Labour, and that should hopefully put a rocket up the Tories' backsides to rediscover some Conservative values, do what their members want them to do, because at the moment they're just completely undemocratic, not listening to the people that pull the strings and are the most important. And, as I say, I want the Tories to get absolutely annihilated, because they deserve it.
When you make an omelette, you smash all the eggs. It doesn't matter, even if you're not using them.
So you would really rather Keir Starmer as Prime Minister?
We need it. We need this country to experience the pain before we can rediscover
I say be careful what you wish for.